Big Bad Toy Store has all of the latest and greatest kaiju collectibles, so evolve your collection and head on over to the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen today.
Dragon Ball, horror, kaiju, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hello there, collectors. It's going to be Steven here, and welcome to another review where today we're going to be taking a look at quite the actual rare figure here. You're probably surprised at me saying that, but let's talk. Today we're going to be taking a look at the very rare and impressive Ichiban KUJI, or Ichibansho in the United States, from Godzilla Kong the New Empire Godzilla Heat Ray version. Now, the reason why this is rare, twofold. One, in Japan, when you have the Ichiban KUJI, the luckiest lottery, this is going to be a last prize figure. That's right, you're going to have to buy out the entirety of the lottery or land on the last ticket in the lottery in order to take this big bad boy home. But in the US, thanks to Bandai Collect, under the Ichibansho product lineup, this is a last prize brought over to the United States, which is not normal practice. If you may remember, when they did the Godzilla vs. Kong Ichibansho releases, they did not bring over the Burning Godzilla paint variant. So, thank you Bandai Collect for finally listening to collectors on this topic. So, thanks to Big Bad Toy Store, I'm able to bring you a review of this stunning blue behemoth. So let's take a look to see whether or not this version of Godzilla is going to be worth adding into your collection, and taking a very, very close look at him right now. I can say that right up close and personal, they do have some pretty nice paint applications applied to this Godzilla. It is once again going to be a repaint of the Ichiban KUJI release of the previous Godzilla in the MonsterVerse lineup, so there's not a whole lot of a change to the sculpt, but that's not to say that there's, well, going to be anything bad here. He actually does look rather rock solid. Yuji Sakai did sculpt the figure, and we're actually going to come back to that in a little bit. So you do know, accuracy aside, he does look fantastic. And I will say that taking a look at the head and even a straight-on shot, it very much so reminds me of the beginning of Godzilla vs. Kong when he is coming through the water up into Pensacola. That mouth just really reminds me of that scene. Throughout the entirety of the figure, we can definitely see all the scales, the scutes, the slight keloid scarring here and there, where we may be able to see some of the damage that the nuke back in 1954 caused Godzilla after he mutated just a teeny tiny bit. And well, he does look great, but one of the neat features about this is, yes, he may have some gray vinyl as the base, but we do have some fantastic touches of dry brushing that's going to be a bit brown, a little gray here and there, but we do also have what appears to be a few different types of blues that are used, because in the mouth we have like a darker blue going up to a nice bright blue, and then on the legs, on the shoulders, and right underneath the dorsal plates, those three blues are reused almost as if a wash, but not quite like too thinned out as a wash might be. But anyway, it is used to help accentuate the details very nicely. When we take a look at the dorsal plates, this is where I'm kind of mixed, because I do think that sort of light bleed effect from the dorsal plates going down, very reminiscent of the -1 Atomic Breath version. He looks really cool. This one, the intent looks really neat, and I think it's very cool, but when we get down to how the translucent dorsal plates are attached, it is very jarring, one may say, when we go from the solid translucent vinyl pieces attached straight on to the gray vinyl of the main body. At least that's how it looks sort of for me. It's not blended in too well, but I think for some folks it may not be that big of an issue. It does carry on that way all the way down to the tip of the tail, so something to keep in mind if you do like that sort of seamless transition. Speaking of seams, I know that is for some statue collectors a big point of contention, and yes, you will see where the attachment points are for the head and for the shoulders, even some parts of the tail. However, what I will note is they were able to very, very, very cleverly hide the attachment from the base of the tail to the main body with some nice blue paint, and I think it was pretty sneaky. And now we'll go ahead and do a size comparison for you alongside the Godzilla Evolved Ichiban KUJI release, so you can see how big these two will be together. And then at the end, we'll go ahead and throw the -1 in there as well, which of note, why are they all curved the same way? I think that needs to stop. But as you can see, for size-wise, I think they all line up pretty nice. Buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. The previous Ichiban show, Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, was a bit more affordable. Looking around, it looks like the original MSRP, he could be found between anywhere from $75 to $80, whereas this one is going to be clocking in at about $110 to begin with. So if you are looking for a more affordable version, this is not really going to be the case. But that being said, this is going to be in a significantly smaller production because this is a last prize. Not many folks or stores are going to be carrying a significant amount of them. So if you are impressed by, I honestly think this reminds me of a smaller version of the Furious Blue Omega Beast Godzilla 2019 release. I think that that's pretty nice. So if you are interested, I would suggest picking it up sooner rather than later because I do like it. I think the dorsal plates look nice. I think that the marriage of the paint applications for the main body is great. And what I think is a fantastic touch, again, coming back to the fact Yuji Sakai sculpted it on his foot, Godzilla Dream. Yuji Sakai's own signature is on this one.